but a stopping place, a pause in what's to be, a resting place along the road to sweet eternity. We all have different journeys, different paths along the way. We are all meant to learn some things, but never meant to stay. Our destination is a place far greater than we know. For some, the journey is quicker. For some, the journey is slow. But when the journey finally ends, we'll claim a great reward and find an everlasting peace with those who've gone before. Good afternoon, and everyone, and welcome. Today we have come together to honour and celebrate the life of Pamela Turnbull, loving and much loved wife of Eric, cherished mum to Sherry deceased, Tammy, Nicole, Jessica and Jean also deceased. Pam was loving Nana and friend to Jade and Chantel, Lucy, Owen and Christina. And today we also extend our heartfelt sympathy to Jan, who was mourning the loss of a very dear friend and lifelong companion. We also recognise Tracy, Eric's daughter, who is grieving the loss of Pam and reflecting on the role Pam played throughout her childhood. At this stage of the service, I would like to welcome those watching via the live streaming service and thank them for their attendance. And for those who may not have already done so, can I ask that you please turn your mobile phones off or switch them to silent as a mark of respect for Pam. It is heartwarming to see so many people here this afternoon. Pam, who was also known by Jan, was many things to many people, but she was, in the simplest of terms, friend to all. Your presence this afternoon is an expression of your love and friendship, and I know that it means the world to Eric that you've been able to be here this afternoon to celebrate Pam's life. On behalf of the family, I would like to extend a sincere thank you for your attendance as we bid Pam a final farewell. As you all know, Pam wasn't one to make a fuss, and it was her wish that today's proceedings should be short, simple and sincere. And it is my pleasure to play a small role in honouring that request. This afternoon's service will be a time for reflection, gratitude and remembrance. My name is Catherine Campbell, and as your celebrant, I would like to thank Eric for inviting me to sit with him, Jade and Chantel on Tuesday afternoon as we plan this service. Pam's life was marked by kindness and resilience, and today we gather to honour and acknowledge her journey. It is our intention this afternoon to pay our respects to a life well lived. Eric and of course Pam have had a long association with this Brakeman Football Club, and before we proceed, I would like to sincerely thank the members of the club for forming the Guard of Honour this afternoon. Your gesture has meant so much to Eric, who has been the club president for the past 13 years. Words can't fully express his gratitude to all of those who have reached out and for the love and unwavering support the club has shown. Thank you very much. As life member of the North West Football Association, Eric also wished to express his gratitude for the beautiful flowers and card he received from the association. As noted in the service booklet, everyone is warmly welcome to join Eric and the family at the Sprayton Football Club following the service, where you will have an opportunity to share memories and support each other during this difficult time. While today is undoubtedly a very sad and difficult day, I hope that by the conclusion of this celebration of Pam's life, you may find some comfort in knowing that you have shared your grief alongside others who also cared deeply for her. In just a few moments, Pam's nephew Ray will be delivering the eulogy. Her eldest grandson Jade will then come forward to share some special words, followed by dear friend Jim. Pamela Dawn Ballock was born on the 9th of March 1949 at Trove to parents Edley and Beryl. She was younger sister to Betty, Gordon, Mavis, Reg, Trevor, Brenda, Kenny and Diane. Many of you will be aware that Pam lived with ongoing health issues. At birth, her parents were told that her ill health meant that she would most likely not survive past the age of 5. Ironically, as Jane shared, Nana was never meant to live for very long, but in a twist of fate, she outlived all of her siblings. After proving the doctors wrong, in adulthood, she was then told that she would never be able to have children. Once again, Pam was the exception. With her trademark positive attitude, resilience and commitment to live life to the full, she simply got on with things and did the best she could. With determination and some very special love from Eric, Pam continued to flourish, especially in her caregiver role to Jade. However, over the years, her constant ill health began to take a toll. Recently, it became obvious that Pam's body had lost the capacity to fight. She was tired and weary, and the daily challenges were increasingly difficult to manage. Eric had been there for Pam to support her in every aspect of life, but there was an acknowledgement that she now required additional care. 5 weeks ago, Pam moved into supported care and accommodation at Nearcroft, where the staff were able to ensure that she was comfortable and at ease in her final few weeks. On Tuesday, Eric and Jade shared how very grateful and blessed Pam felt to have had the opportunity to say goodbye to loved ones. In the late afternoon last Saturday, Pam passed away peacefully at the age of 76, knowing without doubt that she was loved, truly and deeply. Now, I have been asked to extend a heartfelt thank you to the entire care team at Nearcroft. Their dedication, compassion and professionalism made an enormous difference to Pam and her loved ones during her final weeks. The staff consistently went above and beyond, ensuring Pam was not only comfortable, but also treated with genuine kindness and respect. Their presence and gentle support provided great reassurance to the family, knowing that Pam was in such capable and caring hands. So I would now like to invite Pam's nephew Ray to come forward to share the eulogy.
I'll just take this jacket off. It's a little warm. Thanks, Catherine, for that lovely introduction, those words that you said. Thank you. Yes, as Catherine said, welcome everybody. The truth is, over the years we've probably lined up here too many times. And as a result, our family gets larger in some respects and smaller in others. I'm Pam's nephew. I'm Reg's son, her brother's son. And today we gather here to honour and remember Pam, or Pammy as she was known, or Jan to some. I used to call her Pammy, and she used to giggle. She loved to giggle. Pam was a loved auntie, cousin, mother, friend, and confidant to many people. Pam was a steady presence and a woman whose laughter and energy touched everyone who knew her. Pam had a way of making people feel welcome, valued and understood. She carried herself with quiet strength and warmth, and the warmth that she shared will be remembered long after today. Pam was someone who cared deeply for her family. She gave her time, her patience, and her support without ever asking for anything in return. Whether it was a conversation, a helping hand, or simply her reassuring presence. She had a gentle way of letting you know you weren't alone. I want to now share some aspects of her extraordinary journey, and that's what it was, an extraordinary journey. And Catherine's already touched on the health challenges when Pam was born. So to face that type of adversity and to get where she got, she done a mighty job. When Pam was born, and she was young, the family lived in Dalberton in those days. And after some time, they moved into Latrobe in Victor Street. And of course, Pam completed her early education in Latrobe, or some of it. And then her dad, who worked on the railway, my grandfather, they moved to Perth. He took a posting in Perth, up north, in Launceston there. And they moved up there, and of course Pam continued her early education there, and later on she went on to complete her high school education at Kings Meadows High School. Pam was a lady who certainly faced, as I said before, her share of adversity and tragedy. There's no doubt about that. And through it all, she hung on and remained true to herself and others. She could have quite easily chose to give up, but she didn't. Pam was a gentle, forthright, no-nonsense type of person who looked to the good in everyone. She didn't dish out praise until it was earned. She wasn't backward in coming forward and would let you know if you needed it. That, of course, was rare, but I've seen it happen, and it did happen. You had to ask for it, but you got it. Pam liked to keep up with what was going on in the family and in her community, but she wasn't a gossiper. In fact, sometimes it was hard to know what was really on her mind. I learnt this week that Pam had a keen interest in crafts, and with two of her friends, I understand Bev Sutton and another lady, they used to make Chester teddy bears and scarves and little crafts and sell them on Sundays at the Latrobe Market. This continued for a few years. And apparently there was a lot of Chester teddy bears inside the house. And on several occasions the tools would go from the shed, they'd go missing. They'd be found in the house where Pam was assembling and tuning the mechanical components of these Chester teddy bears. And I understand that the quality of these teddy bears were toy shop quality and commercial quality, so they weren't a slap together job, they were mechanical, they used to move, and so they took quite a bit of put together. Pam liked the music and enjoyed Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, Linda Rhinestone, and others, and pretty much any music from the 60s and 70s that had a dance tune. She liked that. She liked to watch tennis, and she actually played tennis when she lived in Queensland in the late 60s and early 70s. She lived up in Queensland for a period of time. I remember that. It was quite hot up there, and she really liked it. So she came back here to Tassie to live. Now, Pammy loved, as we all know, to hear and tell a joke. She liked that. Over a cup of tea. I recall going to see her in Latrobe recently in her last hospital stay, And Sharon was there that day, and Kelly was there. And I thought she needed a bit of a cheer up, so I told her a joke, and then it turned into 3 jokes. Well, she started giggling. She had the lines coming out, the cannula, that type of thing. The arms started flapping. The giggling happened. The alarms went off. The oxygen levels went down. The blood pressure went up. The nurses came in. So that had to stop. So she did like a joke, and I'd say to her, do you want to hear a dirty joke or a clean one? She said, oh, get on with it, I don't care what the bloody one is, as long as it's a joke, a joke's a joke, you know? So, yeah, so she was quite a character. Pam was fascinated by technology, and what technology could actually do. She loved to spend time on her iPad. She was a keen poster and participant on Facebook, and there's all sorts of things. You could actually lay there in bed and read her posts. It would probably take her 3 hours now to get through it, because she'd get busy and there'd be a lot of good information on there. And she used to like to keep herself up to date on issues and things that were going on around her. She had an inquisitive mind. In 1976, I got a job in Ulverston, and of course I had the privilege of boarding with Pam for approximately 6 months. At that time, of course, like a lot of young blokes, I lost my licence. So I got this job, and I was telling only Pam, and she said, well, that's fixed, why don't you come and stay with me? So I ended up boarding over there in Ulverston with Pam for 6 months, and of course, Jess, you're on the way then, or you're only very small. Nick remembers me being there. And she said, come and stay with me to get your licence back and get on your feet. And during that time, of course, we had many laughs and lots of chats. It was a great time, and it certainly put me on the right trajectory to a good career. So, you see what happens? It just happens, doesn't it? That's what Pam did. Pam was the bookkeeper in her family. She had all the birthdays, anniversaries, and other significant dates noted and covered. I was talking to a family just yesterday. They told me she never missed a birthday or an important event. She was very proud of her extended family, her siblings, and her children, their grandchildren, their partners. She was extremely proud. And she was probably the type that probably didn't always say it, but she knew it. And she meant it. They tell others when necessary to tell you. Do you know what I mean? They're all like that. In finalising, like Catherine said, I want to pay tribute to Eric as well for his extraordinary kindness, compassion, respect that he showed to Pam throughout her life, and particularly in the last recent years. It was consistent and absolutely unwavering. Eric, on behalf of all the immediate and extended family, and indeed friends, we thank you most sincerely. It's a tough time, but you made it better. I want to pay tribute on behalf of Sorby Pam's children, as I said before, who are here today, to grandson Jade and his partner Chantel for their support during this difficult time. The girls have had to travel across from Melbourne, and it's a hell of a thing to come across and attend say goodbye to your mother. It's not easy. We don't expect to have to do it. I want to pay tribute to Pam's daughter Sherry, who's, as Catherine said, was deceased at a very early age due to a cough death. To her son Dean, who we lost some years back. That was a tragedy, a terrible tragedy. And to Nicole's son Ben, who is now in the arms of his nan. So we take great comfort that she's there with her loved ones. Pam was a courageous and extraordinary person who, despite the odds, lived a fulfilling and satisfying life. And has now passed to rest. She's left with us an example to follow. We must now go on without her. Thank you, Pam. The lessons and the moments we were lucky enough to share with you. May she rest peacefully and may her family find comfort in knowing she will never, ever be forgotten. Reunited with the loved ones. Thank you.
I believe Jane is going to come forward to share some words.
Thank you all for being here today. It's hard to put into words what she meant to me, because she wasn't just my grandmother, she was my protector, and more like a mother than a grandmother. She raised me for as long as I can remember, and I can't think of a single memory she wasn't a part of. Thank you so much for being my Nana. I'll always call you Nana because that's what you love to be called. You would say, give Nana a kiss or give Nana a cuddle before you go, and I would give anything to hear you say those words again. If it wasn't for my Nana, I would have been one of those kids who had nothing growing up, but not on my Nana's watch. She made sure I had the best of everything, and I remember being at school and seeing the underprivileged kids and knowing that would be me if it wasn't for her. When I was in high school, she would take me shopping, make sure I had all the brand name stuff. She was like a cool mum, only she was my Nana. I'm so grateful for the way you raised me, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without you. I've had some struggles in my life, and you were there for me every step of the way. Recently, you told me how proud of me you are, and you'll never know what that meant to me. And just the other day, I asked if you remembered washing my mouth out with soap when I was 15. You didn't, but you did remember checking my bum for worms when I was 10. In the middle of the night. Because I was eating too much. There was no limit to your love or what you would do to protect me or teach me wrong from right. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. I love you so much, Nana. Thank you for everything.
Jen, I believe you've got some words that you'd like to share. My darling Bestie, no words can describe how I'm feeling today, having to say goodbye to you. You were my best friend for over 40 years, and today I'm lost knowing that I will never see you again. We may not have seen each other all the time, but we were always in contact and there for each other if need be. Through the years of our friendship, we have shared many happy times, partying together. We've also shared many heartaches together, and all of these I will hold in my heart forever. You were there when I had my babies. You taught me to drive. You were at my wedding. When I lost my loved ones, you were there always, so caring and supportive. I was bridesmaid in your wedding to your loving husband, Eric, and I have never seen you happier, marrying the love of your life. Eric, thank you for loving Jen and being her soulmate and caring for her the way you did. We're all shattered to lose you, my best friend. But your journey to heaven will now reunite you with your darling son Dean and Sherry again. The day before you passed, you covered me so tight in your arms and said, I love you, you are my bestest friend. And these words I will carry in my heart forever. You then held my daughter, Mika, and said, love you, darling. You are my second bestest friend. We all had a laugh as Meek turned to you and said, I'm sick of always being second best. Jan, I really feel your journey was about to begin, and you were at peace with that. Eric, thank you, letting me be there with Jan and holding her hand right until the end. Fly high, love you always and forever, my bestie.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite you to take a few moments of reflection as we watch beautiful poetry.
She's a princess without a crown. In my dreams, she's always around. She comforts me whenever I'm down. She's a girl that I love. I saw her face in the morning light. In my heart I knew that she was right. Just a woman to hold me tight and kiss away all of my blues. She's a princess without a crown. In my dreams, she's always around. She comforts me whenever I'm down. She's a girl that I love. I've seen the sparkle in her eyes, and in my mind I memorize the stolen moments that we've had to hide, the golden memories of you. my dreams, she's always around. Comfort me whenever I'm down. She's the girl that I love.
We all know that love does not end with death. When life is no longer there, we have the ability to fill that space with our memories. Hopefully the following reading will provide a degree of comfort. It is titled Remembering. The beauty of a memory is that it is always there. Like a coin in your pocket, you can take it anywhere. And when your heart is heavy and your eyes are filled with tears, you can focus on a memory and travel through the years. Your heart can visit happy times when laughter filled the air and the presence of your loved one will lessen your despair. So, as you travel on in life, take comfort as you go in a lifetime of sweet memories of one who loved you so. But this morning, we can say without doubt that Pam and Eric lived a life full of love and deep devotion to each other. Each had their own individual journey before finding each other. On Tuesday afternoon, as we sat chatting, Eric mentioned that before he met Pam, he spent most of his time in the pub. He laughed, remembering how, after a bit of Dutch courage, he finally went over to say hello one night. Later, he recalled seeing all the neighbourhood children gathered on Pam's front fence and jokingly wondered, I hope they're not all hers. It wasn't long before Eric realised that he and Pam were destined to be together. So I've discovered that at one stage of Eric's career that he became the envy of his work colleagues, thanks to Pam packing him a delicious lunch each day, like also preparing Jane's school lunch. Every lunch featured a snowball and salada biscuits, highly coveted by Eric's workmates and often disappearing from his lunchbox. Now, to put an end to this sneaky behaviour, Eric shared that he and Pam ingeniously cut a piece of baking paper to fit inside the salada sandwiches, effectively stopping the biscuit thefts. So Jay smiled fondly as he remembered about always having that amazing lunchbox at school, and he recalled that when he moved in permanently with his pop and nana, his favourite after-school snack became a banana sandwich, which he enjoyed every day. Now, I've also been told that Pam was the double points day queen. She would wait until it was double points day at the supermarket, then off her and Eric would go to spend up big. Mind you, they weren't able to do another big shop until the next double points day came around. And as we all know, Pam grew up in a large family where the Borlocks did have a lot. And at times, things were extremely tight. The challenges of a big supporting a big household meant resources were often stretched. It would seem that Pam reflected on her childhood circumstances with a deep understanding of what it meant to go without. As a result of these experiences, she became the saver in the family, always mindful of how to make ends meet and appreciating the value of every dollar spent. Now, Pam found great joy in the simple things of life, such as working in her garden and enjoying the company of dogs. On Tuesday, I learned about a unique bond Pam shared with one of her dogs, a poodle named Sugar. And I'm sure that Eric will find comfort and compassion
and companionship with Lily and Molly in the coming days and weeks as he grieves the passing of his son. Now, as we've heard earlier, I've also been told that Pam did deliver the odd, inappropriate joke at times, always received in good humour and obviously with no harm intended. Pam was, as Jade reminded us, a cool mum, only she was his now. Even though Jade had his mouth brushed out on several occasions, Pam was always caring and loving, his confidant and strongest protector and supporter. Pam and Eric did everything to ensure Jade had the very best, and for that we will be eternally grateful. As we heard, Jade's greatest gift in life was the pride his grandmother had for him. She instilled in Jade a genuine sense of right and wrong that will continue to serve as a wonderful legacy. Pam believed in Jade and was so proud to welcome Chantel into the family. Jade will forever reflect on how his nana helped to shape his character, mould his spirit, and instill in him compassion, resilience, and just a little bit of her wisdom. Through her illness, Pam remained stubborn till the end, determined to say goodbye to those nearest and dearest. To lose someone who has always been in your corner and provided unconditional love is almost unbearable. Through it all, Jade and Chantel have remained a wonderful support for Eric in these very difficult and challenging days. And I know that Eric is so very grateful to both Jade and Chantel for their love and continued support. Pam and Eric were married for 33 years. They were each other's best friend. They supported each other through highs and lows and challenges. Decisions were made together. But as Jade ended with Eric smiling, Nana was the boss. Eric, over time, we hope that the raw edges of your grief will begin to heal. The love that you and Pam shared will not disappear. It will transform. It will linger in laughter and the warmth of memories. Now, on Tuesday, Jade shared that his nana was always a Jim Beam girl. However, last Christmas, Jade managed to convert her to Jack Daniels. So in light of this, when you are reminiscing and sharing your stories a little later at the football club, please raise a glass in honour of Pam and the legacy she leaves behind. On behalf of the family, I thank Steve and the team at Pinegrove for their kindness and compassion as they initially took Pam into their care and for supporting the family at this very sad and difficult time. Considering Pam's lifelong challenges, especially with her breathing and lung function, the family have chosen to nominate Lung Foundation Australia as the recipient of any donations today. And for those who might like to make a contribution, the family have indicated that along with the box here at Pinegrove, there will be a donation box at the bar at the footy club. So thank you all very much for coming here this afternoon for Pam's celebration of life. Thank you for your kind words of sympathy. I know that they have been greatly appreciated. So at a time such as this, it may seem that there's nothing more that we can do. It is important to remind ourselves that those who pass never truly leave us, for they remain in the hearts and minds of the living. As we bring this service to a close, let us take comfort in knowing that Pam's legacy will remain a part of the family's story. Her spirit will remain watching over with tenderness and care. So ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude, I'd now like to invite you to please stand as we share the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. Please be seated. Pam, this afternoon we have gathered with love and gratitude to honour you and celebrate your life. We recognise and acknowledge your compassion and empathy, as well as your roles as wife, mother, grandmother, and friend. As you travel safely to the next part of your journey, please know that the life you lived was valued and worthwhile. With the greatest respect, we now all say goodbye. Tenderly, lovingly, and reverently, we commit the body of Pamela Turnbull to be cremated. Pam is now at peace, lovingly reunited with Sherry and Dean. May the path ahead be calm and filled with tranquility. Thank you.